Okay, friends, subscribers, and all you YouTubers out there, just to clarify, this is another video to make to prove that the one of my other videos has not been faked. This is just basically a Apollo image. This is where I got the data and found the spacecraft. Now, I just want to point out one thing to a few of the YouTube viewers. What have we got here? We've got a cloud. Yeah, cloud, folks. And on the moon. Yeah, people say that there's no clouds. But clouds are being reported on the moon now. This is the area of the city. That whole lot is a giant city. And yes, I'm saying it's a city. Doesn't look like much, does it? But the problem is when you zoom in on the image, folks, all right, there's the spaceship on NASA's actual image on the NASA place where I got the images from. And basically, yeah, there's even another one up here somewhere in that area. There's another spaceship up there, but we're going to get to that one in a minute. And as like all the other ones, folks, you can zoom around and you can find stuff, and you can even look up in the black area. You find like a wyvern up there, and even the dark area. See, another wyvern. There's stuff everywhere in these images, folks. You just have to look for it. So, yeah, it's just a matter of looking even in the dark places. Because in the dark, sometimes there's stuff that you can see. But it's not the dark we're looking at the moment. What we're looking at, we're looking at that. That there is the main thing we're looking at it. Okay, so I've already downloaded this. That's naturally obvious because you've already watched a video on it. So we're going to wipe that because it's my computer. I just tried to start making this video a moment ago, and the computer spagged itself because it was just too much there. So now I'm going to open up this. Oh, okay, it's upside down. I've already done that. Now, in one of these images, I have already upped the resolution. Just going to have a look. Yeah, that's the one I've upped the resolution 100 times. And that's the version where it's not. And I'm going to show you that even in the version that has not been raised up, and there's the ship. So to those of you that said that alien image was faked, as you can see, that's raised up, not raised up. So if we go into this one, we'll get a much better image because and the secret to raising these things up, folks, is what the shit has happened to that? Okay, it hasn't done much for anything, actually. That's actually ruined the image. I'm going to get rid of that. Just to show you what I might have done something. We want to shut that down altogether. Because when I'm showing you these images, I'm showing you that I don't do anything, and as you can see by that there, it's basically sorry about that, folks. I've got to put the mic in its special little place so I can do this. Shrink it down a bit. Okay, that's about the maximum size that we want, so I can show you the city. And yeah, there's a lot here that needs to be seen to be believed. Oh no, actually no, that ship only appears in another image. That's right, because it's another angle. So there it might have been thing. But there we have the alien spaceship on the moon. And we have what looks to be another ship here. And we have definitely stuff around here. And we go, and you look at it at first, yeah, it doesn't look too much, like there's too much there. Then you start zooming in, and you're zooming around it. Now, generally when you find this mark anywhere on one of these NASA images, it means there's something you need to look at. And with closer inspection, you can see stuff. And what I'm seeing is shitloads of little buildings everywhere. This one looks like a massive giant suburb. We got the building there. We got buildings everywhere. Over here, down there. And as I said, it just takes a little bit of time. And if you look around, you see different things. And so, yeah, as you can see, folks, I don't turn around and fake my videos. I show you exactly from the same evidence that I've got. As we can see here, this looks like to be another city area here. That looks to be like either a spaceport or an actual ship. I don't know. But then we even out here. Oh yeah, the pyramid. Oh, what did you say? A pyramid looks like, or it's a structure of some description. But there's lots of little pyramids around here. As you can see, it's like streets and buildings. Yeah, some of them aren't the same shape as our buildings. And, well, they don't have to be. Just because we build square doesn't mean everybody else is going to build square. But in some cases, yes, they do build square. You can even see what look to be mining areas within these videos. And there's lots to look around. But when you start getting in on the stuff, it's more evident in, what is it? 2457. The city becomes more, because it's a slightly different angle. And everything looks more three-dimensional in that, but it is actually, and they put these crosses everywhere. I have found one of these crosses in a NASA image, I find something, and you can see the buildings everywhere, and they are buildings, and trust me, they are meant to look camouflaged, and trust me, they are camouflaged. It's sort of, there's a whole heap of stuff. There we go. This is the stuff that was in there. That is another ship. I think it's a ship, or it's yeah, I don't know. But you can see the buildings everywhere in here. Little buildings everywhere. Down there. Up in here. Around. And it all goes down, and it doesn't matter where you go, you see little bloody buildings. And down here, you see lots of little lights. But it's not the lights that amaze me. This looks like a treed area, like a vegetated area. And I mean, it looks like when you look at that, it's like looking at a suburb on Earth. Yeah, looks like a suburb on Earth. And they build in different areas. It looks like there's little trees everywhere, and it looks like there's houses. You can see bloody roads. As you can see a giant road there. And yeah, it's absolutely amazing, folks, what you can find if you look. And it looks like they build wherever they can. What could be a crater is not a crater. It's now in 2457. This is a lot more pronounced. I thought by resing this up it would actually make it better. But what I'm going to do, we're going to do an actual res test. Right, this is how I fucked up the other image, but I don't know if it's going to happen in this one. So I'm just going to take this straight to 200. Sorry if I laugh every now and then. My dog's being stupid. And she's been playing up and taking advantage of being inside like all animals do. It's sort of, oh yeah, there's that bridge structure there, folks, by the way. In there, there's that K structure. And you can see the little buildings absolutely bloody everywhere, but it looks like vegetated areas. And I mean, yes, vegetated areas. Now, when you're building in the moon, now, as you saw in one of the other videos, it looked like one of their craft is camouflage, and they actively put camouflage over, and I'm going to show you something about that camouflage in a minute, because they do it here as well. When you're looking at it from the top, and I think the only reason this became visible is because it's at an angle. If this shot was taken from the above, I don't think we'd see this at all. And I think their building methods are meant to camouflage. I believe we have a xenophobic race. Xenophobic means, to those that don't know, they're scared shitless of everybody. So they build to hide. Yes, build to hide. They make it look like it's not there. But like everything, you look at something in a different way or from a different angle, and wow, things magically appear like you're seeing in that image. And hopefully this will just give a bit more clarity to it. I think what I did, I went too high in this image for what we're looking at. But I believe there's different ways of changing things and making things more visible, but I just haven't experimented enough yet to do it so there's not too much happening to the image. But while that's just doing that and in that process, because unfortunately it has been spagging the dummy a fair bit when I try and do it while I'm filming with this cam program, because this cam program's a lot higher def. But see this? They're definite walls coming down. Now you've got to remember this, the sun is coming in this direction, so anything where there's a cliff or something like that or a different level appears to look like that. But now, when I say that, have a look at this. Right, okay, it is a different level, yes. But notice how it goes down. It goes down that direction, then it goes down that direction. It sort of reminds me of inside a car park, actually. And as I said, it spags the dummy. You try and do too much with it, it tends to spag the dummy. I've got to do that thing, but that's all I do to images when I do it. But it's the way that the sun is falling, and it just says that there is different stuff within here, and you're going to find it. See, here we've got a square building top there. We have squared off areas down here. So to me, this says there's stuff there. See, there's even a building or something there. It could be a doorway into the lower levels. They definitely build underground, and we see that from all the holes that the creatures use and everything in the other video. Now, look at this. This looks like vegetation. Yes, vegetation. I don't know if anybody out there can do it. Yeah, they've got hilled areas, but within the hilled areas, we find buildings and structures. Now, look at this, folks. Notice how everything comes around, goes around. Now, who are we not to say that there is not being built? Because look here. Bang, 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 bang. Step down. Steps. Oh, shit. That means built. Look here. Buildings. This signs of buildings. Okay, yes, they are not square. This is made to look fake, but you can clearly see buildings and structures and different types. Like that one looks like a palace of some description. It's got a big building coming up out of the top of it. And we've got a curve here and a building going around there. It's sort of... Okay. There we go. I found this one about a day after I put the last one of these city videos out. What I found is a spaceship, folks. Yes, a spaceship. Yeah, and even the spaceship, when it's there, or it could be a building, but I think it could be a spaceship. But whatever it is, it looks like it's being constructed, because we come around here. Notice there's stuff underneath it. Comes around up there, and that bit, that's the bit that makes me look like it could be a spaceship, but then it could be something else. But there's buildings all around down here. little the structures. You can see in here near that palace type thing, there's a big building there and a building there, buildings over here, but they're built in such a way that it's meant to look like part from the sky that would look just plain and unnatural to us. We wouldn't think twice about this area. But from an angle, so much gets revealed. From an angle. Buildings, domes, that could be the ship that I was just talking about there. It could be part of the landscape, I don't know, but I can give you my best guess scenario. See, look here, there's a pathway comes down here into these other areas. Pathway, a set of stairs. To me, stairs say, shit, life that knows how to build. And look at this. This looks like a little suburb area. And as I said, look at the cross. Everywhere this cross is. Because I can see shitloads of little rows. I can see buildings. And I'm trying to find the pyramid while I'm at it. I don't know if it appears in this one. But there's an absolutely clearly well-shaped pyramid somewhere within this image. And as I said, look at this. Straight lines. Straight lines denote construction. Okay, we have something here. I think this could be a dam of some description. Or a big long building. But damn, that's strange. It's just a joke. But yeah, to me, and then you come down here, and it looks like a suburb. It truly looks like a suburb with lots of little houses, and you can see the little houses everywhere, little homes and everything like that. And so you look up here and got the same thing here, and then we come up here and then we look like, oh, we've got something on. It's supported. Look at this. That to me says this is being supported by something that's on a stand. So hence that is being constructed. Now, at first I thought this may have been part of the landscape. I don't think that's part of the landscape. I think that's a ship going over, and it throws a bit of darkness down here. Or it's part of the camouflaging. Because we look up and we find this giant bloody spaceship. Now, you can't tell me that's natural. There is no way that is damn natural. We have a tiny little spaceport here. And then, as I said, in one of the other images there is a bloody actual saucer, like a proper saucer as we know it in the image. And it's up pretty close to this area here. I just thought it was in this area here. But look at it, folks. It's basically there. Everything is buildings, and they can go between the buildings. That's a highly densely. I'd say that's a major city part, very much like the cities of Rome. We've got narrow streets and everything like that. I don't know what this is, but I think this is important. That's this building on top of something. Notice how it's up and down? But if we looked at that from the top, we would just be seeing absolutely nothing. The only reason why we're seeing is this has been taken from an angle. That angle has given us the ability to see into these areas. And it doesn't matter where we go, but see, when we come down in here, so you can see it looks like trees absolutely everywhere. Whether that's a ship in there, but look at the houses everywhere, absolutely everywhere, folks. So I did this, as I said, I did this so that people can tell that I haven't faked the image and everything. Then I have just simply rezzed up certain things. In this one, it's not even a rezzed up. But here, look at this. There are structures in here. you can tell they're buildings. They're squared. Right, and so we're going off into the wilderness over here, into the darker sections. We start to lose shapes over there. But we come down there. Now, even down here, okay, we got a cross, okay? We got the cross, so NASA's marked that for something. And then we start to look here. We've got buildings here, here, here. Structure. This is a densely, lots of little buildings all over the place down there. See, even in there, we got structure. See, and I think this is what we're meant to see. Even in that, you can see stuff still. But we'll go to a bit where it's almost over the top. There we go. Over the top. We'd be pretty much close to center. So if we're pretty much close to center, there we go. And still can't hide it too well because there's stuff there. And you can tell they're not craters. They're built to look like craters. Okay, now we're looking directly down. We're looking directly down at the areas. See, and if you're a smart architect, you can hide anything you want. It's not hard. It's not hard to hide stuff, folks. Okay, sometimes the hiding is not very good, but see how they're not craters? Craters are round and look very different, but these look like building structures. Even here, it's hard to tell, but yeah, okay, so yep, NASA's got a cross there. Even NASA worked it out. This would be more looking down upon it. It's still yeah, see, even looking down here, you can see the straight structure and everything. Straight structures denote intelligence because you've got to be smart to build stuff in straight lines. Now this, I believe this still could be a cityscape, but we are looking directly down upon it. And when you look directly down upon it, if you've built your buildings correctly, the way these people have been doing, you can't see shit. But when you go and look at them from the angle, the old angle of the dangle, see, things change when you're looking at things from the side. Because when you're not looking at stuff, if you're building stuff and you're building your stuff to be seen mainly from the top, you tend to forget about the side angles. See, the side angles instantly up here, as I said, we can see roads and different things like that. And look at it, it comes down there, goes down to this area, comes down, and it leads into the cityscapes. And in here, you can see that they're buildings because they have the downward strokes of them. Even that, to me, looks like a building because it's got a bit up here, comes down there. We've got stuff here. That one, I don't know what that is. But, okay, so we've got our cross. There's our cross. Everywhere the cross is, there tends to be buildings and stuff like that and scapes, and it doesn't mean... See, you've got here, you've got on that rock, you've got a one that comes up and everything like that. And so they've built these buildings and everything, and they're built and designed to look different. But the problem is, when you build them one way, when you start looking at the side, what do you get? You get a different angle, and you get to see stuff that is on stands. So from the top, that would just look like a rock, but it's not a rock. There's a stand underneath it. Whatever that is, it's on a stand. So here we go. You just simply just build, make sure your tops of your buildings are the same colour as everything else. And if you make sure the tops of your buildings are like everything else, you hide whatever you can, you build whatever you can down in your little valleys. You build your suburbs down here, and as you can see buildings, rooftops on angles. You can see bigger buildings, you can see paths between the buildings, and you can see streets, and you can see, oh, okay, that could like be a temple or something, because that's a set of stairs. See, there you go. That looks like a set of stairs going up into that area. And yeah, you just look around and you can see the different things, and you've just got to turn around and you've got to look. But see, side angle, when you see an object on a stand, that says bang, 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 intelligence, straight up, intelligence. So they're hiding stuff, they're using camouflaging, and yeah, they don't want to be seen. They're xenophobic. Is the best way to describe it. And there you go, folks. Proof positive that I haven't done anything to that image. I tried to res it up, but it was too big to res up and started spagging. So that's a 72 res image. And it's pretty sharp and shows you what you need to see in this image. And the biggest thing you need to see in this one particular image, it's not the life side, not the life around there. It's one thing and one thing only you need to see is that. A spaceship on the moon, taken by Apollo 17. And if you go into the 3 or 4 images on each side of this image on the website, you will find that you get different views of this. You tend to, I think in the 257, the city itself looks a hell of a lot sharper, because I did when I filmed that one. But I wanted to show you this. This was the original image that I found, that spacecraft. So basically, and there's that little, you can see that that's a well-used area in the road up here, right? So it's up to yourself. Believe what you want. I proved that I didn't fake the spaceship, so there you go. Signing off. Goodbye. The truth is out there, and the veil has now been lifted. So yeah, and by the way, that's the program I'm now using, and it's a hell of a lot better res. Okay, so I'll catch you all later. Bye. Anything, actually. That's actually ruined the image. I'm going to get rid of that, just to show you what I might have done something. We're going to shut that down altogether. Because when I'm showing you these images, I'm showing you that I don't do anything, and as you can see by that there, it's basically, sorry about that, folks. I've got to put the mic in its special little place so I can do this. Shrink it down a bit. Okay, that's it. So yeah, it's just a matter of looking even in the dark places, because in the dark sometimes there's stuff that you can see, but it's not the dark we're looking at the moment. What we're looking at, that there is the main thing we're looking at it. Okay, so I've already downloaded this. That's naturally obvious because you've already watched a video on it. So we're going to wipe that because it's my computer. I just tried to start making this video a moment ago, and the computer spagged itself because it was just too much there. So now I'm going to open up this. Oh, okay, it's upside down. I've already done that. Now, in one of these images, I have already upped the resolution. Okay, friends, subscribers, and all you YouTubers out there, just to clarify, this is another video to make to prove that the one of my other videos has not been faked. This is just basically a Apollo image. This is where I got the data and found the spacecraft. Now, I just want to point out one thing to you, to a few of the YouTube viewers. What have we got here? We've got a cloud. Yeah, cloud, folks. And on the moon. Yeah, people say that there's no clouds. But clouds are being reported on the moon now. This is the area of the city. That whole lot is a giant city. And yes, I'm saying it's a city. Doesn't look like much, does it? But the problem is when you zoom in on the image, folks, all right, there's the spaceship on NASA's actual image, on the NASA place where I got the images from. And basically, yeah, there's even another one up here somewhere in that area. There's another spaceship up there, but we're going to get to that one in a minute. And as like all the other ones, folks, you can zoom around and you can find stuff, and you can even look up in the black area. You find like a wyvern up there, and even the dark area. See, another wyvern. There's stuff everywhere in these images, folks. You just have to look for it. Just going to have a look. Yeah, that's the one I've upped the resolution 100 times. And that's the version where it's not. And I'm going to show you that even in the version that has not been rezzed up, and there's the ship. So to those of you that said that alien image was faked, see, as you can see, that's rezzed up, not rezzed up. So if we go into this one, we'll get a much better image because and the secret to rezzing these things up, folks, is what the shit has happened to that? Okay, it hasn't done much for